What's going on, YouTube? Hey, James here with JW and Lawn Care again. Whew, feels weird being back in front of the camera. It's been a while. Hey, I'm still alive, don't worry. I had one person comment, oh, back, my channel's died. Yeah, sorry. If you haven't worked it out already, YouTube's kind of secondary to my business. Sorry for all you guys. I love you all. I really do, and I appreciate you all. You're incredible. But at the same time, ever since our last video, which was post-lockdown, we have been super freaking busy. And a lot's happened. And if you follow our social channels, Instagram, Facebook, and so on, you'd probably be aware of some of these changes already. If not, well, I'll leave it as a surprise for here. But man, shit's gone crazy, I tell you. Anyhow, I'm going to try not to make this a terribly long video, but let's get straight into it.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised, and I go right back at it like an automatic. More drinks, more songs, more beats to rap. A new era, rep my P's and those O's. Leave the Phillies with the orange and blacks, I feel home. From Citizens Bank back to Camden Yards, it's a tale of two cities, and trust we go hard. Trust we go hard, yes we go hard. You said we go hard, I said we go hard. Rockin' my Bob Cousy, stocking up on the loose. The lyrics come easy, but the life is a doozy. And yes, I'm choosy, and no, I won't settle, but I still take pop off over that kettle, cause I'm talking bigger picture, and yes, I'm gonna hit you with the...
Alright, so I'm going to take a very uncomfortable sort of seat here on the trusty muffler of the grandstand, which, by the way, has done 30... oh shit, things I thought fallen down. 32 hours! So it says 32 hours, nearly 33 hours actually. And have a bit of a chat to you all about what's happening. So yes, I'm still alive. Yes, we're still working. And the whole reason that there hasn't been any videos for ages is because we've just been so fucking busy. I'm not even kidding. Things haven't stopped since the lockdown ended. You guys who have seen that back to work video, that week was absolutely insane. Just the amount of jobs we were trying to do in such a short space of time really pushed kind of my limits and a lot of other guys' limits in the area too, I know. But look, we got it done, and I thought I should probably make this video now because it's now the 12th of February. Whew, been many months, and the mozzies are out. God damn it. Geez, what time is it? It's 8:30, so sun's going down, but we're actually on the verge of another lockdown tonight. Yeah, so our fantastic Premier Daniel Dicknose Andrews announced late today that we were going into a 5-day lockdown. Now it's 5 days, okay, so I'm not complaining. It's certainly a lot better than the 8 weeks we had to endure in September last year. So I think most of us down here now, we're just taking this one on the chin, just going, yep, okay, let's just get it done. Now it's the bloody UK strain, so fuck you to the moon to all those blokes who've brought that shit over here, because we're actually doing well. We did our hard lockdown. I know a lot of people, especially like people in America and stuff, they're very adamant that the virus isn't real and that lockdowns don't work and everything else. Man, we shut everything, more or less, and there was hardly anyone out and about, and sure enough, we came out of it on whatever it was, the 30th of September, and man, we were virus free, and up until the past couple of weeks, we've continued to be virus free. The only reason we've now got this latest outbreak is because of the hotel quarantine, because people have been coming in from overseas and they've brought it back over here again. So yeah, really not happy about that. Even more unhappy about it because I'd actually booked in a big ass Gel skid steer. Is that how you say it? Gel? Gil? I don't fucking know. Anyhow, a big yellow skid steer, my bob, to do a large rock clearing exercise out at a development site tomorrow. Because we're actually doing a lot of work for developers and builders and stuff now, and there's a 28-acre site out in Plumpton that we've got, and they needed it cleared, and they needed it mowed, and we started mowing it and found a lot of rocks. So we thought, ooh, this isn't good. So we're clearing all the rocks first and then mowing it. We're just doing the front section. So we had this bobcat dropped off this afternoon. I drove out there to meet the dude. It took me about an hour and a half to get out there, and as we were just about to arrive, we got the news that good old Dan was putting us into another lockdown, and that meant we weren't allowed to work as of 11:59 p.m. tonight, which was fantastic because that meant I'd just wasted an hour and a half driving out there for nothing. The delivery driver had wasted an hour and a half driving out there for nothing, and it's like $300 of delivery charges, which I don't fucking get back. So yeah, pretty pissed off about that, but you know, the bloody developers pay for it all, so I don't really care. But it's still annoying because it wasted my time, and most importantly, coming back took forever because of course we got a lot of roadworks going on. Whenever there's a breakdown in our city, every fucking lane of traffic has to come to a screeching halt. So what would normally be kind of a 40 to 50 minute drive turned into about 3 and a bit hours from leaving the development site to getting home, which I was not happy about. It's 100 zone, 100 kilometers an hour, and then it's all along freeways, and then 80 through like the city and into the suburbs, and then, you know, 60 in the suburban areas. I think we probably maxed out for most of the journey at about 30 was the fastest we got to. Man, it was ridiculous. I should have recorded it, but we're not allowed to, obviously, because you know, license, I'm not allowed to use a phone or anything while driving, which is fair enough because phones are bad. Don't use your phone while driving. Which brings me to another piece of news, actually. This crazy motherfucker got his license. Yeah, well, probationary license, is that what they call it? Yeah. So basically, you've gone from being a learner driver, you have to drive with someone, to you can drive on your own. You know, which is good, because it obviously means, you know, for the past 4 and a bit years, I've had to rely on my parents to get me around to places, and now I can actually drive myself around. So I got that, what's today? It'd be 2 or 3 weeks ago today. I think 2 weeks ago today. We got, not last Friday, the Friday before, and I have not stopped since. Like, we've been out every day, man, every day. So yeah, it's awesome. Driving all over the place, got the big ass tilt trailer, got the Jim's trailer there, got it all happening, and it's great. The freedom is awesome. It feels really good, but it does mean I gotta endure crazy traffic as well in some places. But you know, that's a good part. That's one of the good things that's happened this year, right? We started the year off pretty good. I got my manual license, so I can drive either an automatic or a manual car, which is great. Because if you do your test in an automatic, you can only drive automatic cars, which sucks, because some of the trucks and stuff are manual if I wanted to get one of them. The old Hilux is still going good. Got it all serviced the other day. Nice little signs here. If you're looking for signage, you want something cheap and just, you know, decent, these are little magnets from Vistaprint. They're about $60. Nice and simple. Whack them on there. All done. I reckon that's pretty good. Got all the crap off this, or most of it at least. But yeah, man, lots and lots happening. Servicemate has been doing really good for us. I still haven't done anything with them. Maybe I need to get some more subscribers before they'll, you know, bloody help me out or something. I don't know, Servicemate, call me up. But Servicemate's been really good. It's helped us a lot, just keep us on track. Oh, and here we go, bag of green waste from the job we did yesterday. So this is actually, I spoke briefly before about the truck. This is one of the reasons I've been looking at a truck, because this trailer and the tilt trailer are really good. Like this Jim's trailer, it's fantastic. We got the big ramp on the back. I don't think you've seen the ramp. We got a ramp that me and my neighbour Michael put on. It's a really nifty little ramp here. Just locks in there and comes down, and it's awesome. It's much better than the little single ramps I had before. And we gave it a bit of a paint job as well. Sorry, it's getting dark out here now. This trailer is fantastic for like residential and small commercial jobs, because you can put a ride-on in the back, you can put, you know, a push mower in the front, you can put your tools in the side. Everything's undercover except the ride-on in the back. Everything's lockable, and it's just nice and compact, you know. 7 feet long, 5 feet wide. It's fits through lots of places really easy. It's easy to turn around, all that sort of jazz. It's a fantastic trailer, but most of our work's ride-on, and it can only carry one ride-on. Now, given I've now got 4 ride-ons, that poses a little bit of a problem, especially given we use different machines for different jobs, and sometimes those jobs are in the same sort of area. So we're going out to the same area multiple times in a week because we need different machines for different jobs. So for instance, we've got a few places out that way, one of which is fairly new. We use a small ride-on for that, and or I can use the GrandStand. I use the GrandStand at it, but still small. I use the GrandStand at it for that job. Can't really fit anything bigger in there. Won't fit around the signs and stuff. So I use the GrandStand for that job. But then just a little bit down the road, we got those couple of big vacant blocks. And I need the big mower for those. But I can't have that mower and the big mower on the trailer at the same time. So I have to go out there on separate days. Right? That's annoying. That's really annoying. So what I'm looking at is a big fuck-off trailer. Like 16, 20 foot, something like that. So I can carry 2 or 3 ride-ons all at once. So that way I can go out there, I can do the small job, but then I can just drive over a little bit and do the big jobs while I'm out there. Especially when I'm running employees again now. I got my buddy Peter working with me a fair bit now. You know, it's important to have really good route density and not be driving all over the joint to the same places multiple times, you know, because I'm paying him to just sit there. So I've looked at, but the problem is, the Hilux only just pulls the tilt trailer. It struggles. That is an extremely heavy setup. It even struggles a little bit with this. It's usually pretty good, but on steep hills and stuff, it does like to rev a bit more. But that's okay. The tilt trailer though, does not like hills, pulling that thing. And fair enough, it's a 2-wheel drive petrol. Okay. I don't know where they got their load rating of 2.7 tons from, because it will not tow 2.7 tons. I think the tilt trailer fully loaded is about 1.7. Yeah, it'd be about that. And only just manages to pull that. So there's no way in hell it would be towing a 16-footer with 3 ride-ons. So what I'm looking at is one of these small trucks, something like the Isuzu NLR or MPR. Peter and I went down today to the Isuzu dealership and had a look at a few of them. And the guy showed us a couple of, you know, bits and pieces. So what we're doing is we're looking at the Isuzu Tipper. I think it is the NLR model. So the beauty of that one is it's small enough that it's still compact and it can fit into some of the tighter residential areas we do. I'm going to go where it's like light. I'm going to go into the office here. It's small enough that it's compact and it can fit into tight spaces, but it's also big enough that, oh god, it's hot in here. It can tow heavier loads, so it can tow up to 3.5 tons, and it can also take some more stuff in the back. Because the problem is that big bag of green waste I had out there, that was from this dental centre we take care of. Now, I can't really fit that in the back of the ute because I've got other bits and pieces in there. So we had to put it in the back of the trailer with the ride-on and the push mower and everything else. And it just got really annoying because every time we stopped, I was having to pull out the big bag, pull out the push mower, then get the ride-on out, then do it all in reverse when we finish. So this is a lot of pissing around. Whereas if I have a little tipper truck, I could throw all the green waste in the back of the truck, and now I've got the trailer free for just machines. Much simpler. So now that we're starting to do a bit more of that body corporate garden sort of work, I'm seeing that as being a pretty viable proposition. We're also starting to do a lot more work with developers and builders. So I'm thinking there's also then the potential to say to those guys, hey, we're doing some feral cleanups and stuff for you guys. We're doing some, you know, block slashes or whatever. Could we offer rubbish removal to you as well? Could we offer site clearing to you? Could we offer earth moving and stuff like that? You know, and it'd also make landscape jobs a lot easier too. Not that we do tons of that, but you know what I mean? So it becomes a multi-purpose vehicle and it opens up a lot more opportunities for us. So something like that I'm actually thinking a lot about, and especially if I say got something like a Gianni Ferrari or whatever, or a Walker or whatever the case may be. I don't want to be tipping grass into a trailer and then trying to fit the mower around the grass and all that sort of jazz I see some guys doing. It's unsafe, too hard to mess around with. Then you got to try and rake all the grass out, and oh no, too hard. If I put it in the tipper and just, you know, lift the thing up, tip it into the truck, then get to the tip, spin around, and then tip everything out. Easy. Okay, because that's what I want. You guys know me. I love efficiency. I love ease of operation. I like streamlining things. So that's the sort of stuff I'm looking at. Now, these trucks aren't super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. A good ute here that could tow a decent sized trailer would probably set you back around 45, 55 grand anyhow. And one of these trucks is only about 59, 60. So I figure at that rate, it's actually pretty useful. And even a number of guys I've talked to now that run these little trucks said, yeah, they're not going back to utes because the trucks are so much more versatile for a pretty minor increase in cost. And again, if I can get one of the car license ones, it means that I don't need a truck license, which makes things simpler. Now, I could get a truck license. I could get a, you know, medium rigid license or whatever. But it's just another expense. It's another thing that I got to do a test for and everything else. And it's even bigger again. It gets hard, guys. I don't know about licensing systems around the world. Comment down below. What's it like for you guys to get a license? Here, it's too bloody complex. We've got to do 120 hours of driving with an instructor or a supervisor or whatever, and then we got to do a test, and you got to do all this crazy shit and everything else. I picked the worst day for my driving test, man. It was like in Box Hill, which is one of the dodgiest, hilliest suburbs. It was pissing down rain, and I was doing it in a manual. So, hill start, in a manual, in the rain, not fun. Especially when you're around a lot of other drivers who don't know what they're doing. If you're in Melbourne and you've been through Box Hill, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, that's one of the many things that's going through and kind of happening. So we're looking at that. We're having a think about it. You know, nothing's set in concrete, of course, but one of the things I'm going to be doing is going to some of these developers and builders and having a chat to them and saying, hey, would this be something you're interested in? You know, before you guys make big purchases or anything, it's always wise to do a bit of market research. Just kind of poke around, and you don't want to make yourself look like an idiot, but if you can go to some of your key customers, especially ones like that who have multiple properties, and say, hey, I'm considering doing this. Would you be willing to, is this the sort of thing you'd be interested in, you know, hiring us to do? And if they say, no, sorry, we've already got 30 other earth moving contractors, we don't need another one. We've already got 15 other rubbish removal contractors, don't need another one. Okay, that's fine. But if they say, oh, actually, yes, could be good to have a one-stop shop for all that sort of stuff, bingo. Because one of the things when I was actually talking to one of our really good builder customers the other week when we did another job for him, and I got to meet up with him, he came and visited us at the site. He said, I like to build long-lasting relationships with my contractors. So, you know, I think he said they'd had the same plumber working for them for 45 years. He just retired. So, you know, like that plumber had started working when his dad owned the business, and then he was working for this guy when he owned the business, and now he's finishing up. But they've had that connection for a long, long time. So if I can build that relationship with him for, you know, slashing and mowing and you know, rubbish removal or whatever, I can find myself a little bobcat or a skid steer of some description and start offering that as a service too. It's another avenue of money, and to be honest, it's actually a pretty good one too. So that could be something to think about. Even if you've got a big trailer, you could do it if it's load rated, right, and everything. Think about how you can make the most out of what you have. Let's also take a quick look at Servicemate, because I don't know if I've showed you guys this thing yet. Okay, so this is my Servicemate dashboard, right? So, there's my activity report. It's only done 17 jobs, that's not too good. If I go to my dispatch board, it shows me what we've done today. So, I can see the green ones are the ones we've completed. The blue are the ones that are still meant to be done. Well, well, we can cancel that one. Well, okay, I'll move the booking. So I just click on it. Let's move it to a week out. It's the 20th, because hopefully we'll be back open by then. Save. So all of these jobs, I'm going to have to move. It's going to be fun. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, that's going to prove interesting. But so this is how it shows everything out to you. Right, so you can see we've got a bunch of work. I'm going to try and, I've got to organise it a bit better. I've got to block out Tuesdays and Thursdays for uni. And you can have recurring jobs, you can have tasks. A dispatch map shows you where your jobs are. So you got to remember, guys, I started out basically like here. Not even that far. I started out with like this as my radius here. And now we're doing all the way out. This is how far we reach. All the way out to here, all the way down to here. Basically everywhere in between. We do a lot of jobs. So, who's that? Oh, that was that Yarraville job, yep. That was complete. Oh yeah. So we do a lot of jobs around the place now. And this is good and bad. It's good because it means we're, you know, broadening our reach, and we're going into, like, especially out west here, lots and lots of development going on out here. Out in Plumpton, Caroline Springs, Rockbank, massive development area all through here. Piles of development going on. I'll take you guys through when we're next out there, obviously after the lockdown. Holy shit, man, there's that many houses being built. It's crazy. Same thing out this side of town. Down sort of around Pakenham, Officer, piles of development going on down here. So sort of on the city outskirts, and then most of our work's through here. But you can see we've got quite a few going on. So, you know, that's always good. But it's just really nice being able to actually go through here and see everything. You know, I can pull up the... Like, I can go into my activity timesheet and it will show me. So I want today's activity timesheet. So it shows me all the jobs we did. 4.5 hours. Not bad. Pretty easy day. So, you know. And this shows your total time. So this is very handy for managing employees. You can, do I want it as, I want it starting 12th of February. It's the week starting here. So, okay, so it shows me the days I've worked, how long I've worked for, kind of what we got going on. So very, very handy. You can show me my backlog. This is not going to be good. Oh, Jesus. This is our active job numbers. It's completed. Yeah. So by month. Okay, so we're averaging about 60 jobs a month. It's not bad, but can definitely do more. So we're really trying to ramp up now, but we're doing a lot of bigger jobs now, so, you know, they're not really as good. Shows you your top clients. Yeah, very, very handy and very easy to kind of navigate on here. I really like the simplicity of it. So definitely something to look at if you guys are building your business and want to kind of manage the admin side a bit better, because I found I just didn't have time for admin. and I still don't really have time for admin. It's just too much out of my day. Like, I've got way too much work to be doing, but you know, of course, we are hoping you do Asian disability pensioner rates. Okay, here's a question for you guys when you get these questions. When you get that sort of request. Does the tax office or the government give you a discount for doing jobs for those people? I don't think so. So why should we offer them a discount? You know what I mean? Someone's got to take the hit. Who does? We do. The tax office still gets all their money. The customer still gets their full discount. We're the ones that will lose out. I don't know. I like to look after people, but at the same time, we're not a charity. So that's something to watch out for. I see a lot of people, you know, they say, oh, you know, do you, especially that cash price, do you have a better cash price? Well, the ATO doesn't give me a discount for taking cash payments. And I've got to record everything, all the money that goes in gets recorded in Servicemate. So it's not exactly being hidden from anybody. So, no, I don't do a cash price. Well, I do a cash price. It's the exact same as a card or bank transfer price. Very simple. Anyhow, that's a fair bit already. But look, I want to let you know that we're still here. We're still chugging along. Yeah, we just haven't had time to film anything. So look, I'm going to try and keep going with some, oh my god, these fucking people. Jesus Christ. If you're the prick who's bloody sending me these emails like every single week, fuck you to the moon. Not interested in your stupid fucking special ass bloody discount. I don't need more customers right now. I can't do any work. So look, I'm going to try and do some more videos. I've got piles and piles and piles from post-lockdown. There's so much shit we need to go through, man. I've got to go through and give you guys a bit of that. But I just got to have the time. So I'll get on to that. But this one's going to go up now. So there's going to be a lot coming for you. Anyhow, this video's gone on long enough. I'm still here. I still care for you guys. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm sure you can understand we're just that busy. It's like ridiculous. But anyhow, tell me what you think. How's things going where you are? Are you down here in Melbourne impacted by this lockdown too? What are you going to do about it? How are you thinking you're going to kind of battle through it? You know, let me know your thoughts. I'm thinking I've always wanted to stick on the good side of the law. And I support what the government is doing, because I think if we can just eradicate this thing and get it over and done with, that's better than letting it drag on and on and on and on and on. But at the same time, I think people's patience is wearing thin now, because it has gone on for long enough as it is. So let me know your thoughts on that. I don't want to get into bloody political debates on here, because politics is stupid. But let me know what your plans are, right? If you're affected by this, if you're affected by lockdowns in other countries, let me know how it's going over there. It's really interesting to kind of see how each place is combating this, because we're all essentially fighting the same thing, but just with different weapons, I suppose, isn't it? Anyhow, let us know what you think. Chuck us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Peace in the Middle East. Don't eat bats. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. I'll be good to you. Be good to your equipment. They'll be good to you. Don't bash people up in the streets, please. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next one.